Well, well, well. Well, 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 ladies and gentlemen. If there's anybody who joins tonight, if there's anybody, because it's late, it's 11 o'clock at night. I didn't even know if I was going to stream. But the Wizards played so well tonight that I said, F it. I'll hop on and talk about the game a little bit. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Washington Wizards basketball stream as I have something going on in my background. So let me cut my TV off. You know, man, I'm very happy with the way the Wizards played. I think it was their best showing. I think it was their best showing of the summer league so far. It just so happened that Johnny Davis wasn't playing. You know, sucks. He was out with the back tightness, back stiffness, whatever you want to call it. I said last stream. I said, you know, if his back the reason he looked like he playing in boots, go ahead and sit him. And they went ahead and sat him. So, the Wizards played the Indiana Pacers today. No Benedict Mathurin for them. So, both top draft picks did not play today. But the Washington Wizards impressed nonetheless. Defensively, they were impressive. Isaiah Todd's best performance of the Summer League. I mean, McCall, team high plus 27 on the plus minus. Jordan Goodwin continues to show promise. Jordan Shackle was cool. Team high 21 points. You know, but let me talk about the main guys. Jordan Goodwin, Tajiri McCall. I hope I'm saying his first name correctly. I hope I am. I want those two dudes to get a shot, man. You know, I know they ain't gonna get no PT or nothing like that, but I want them to get a shot. You know, get an opportunity. Because I like what I see from them the most out of everybody. McCall and Goodwin. I really like what I see from those guys. I do. I really enjoy seeing them play. You know, I like Isaiah Todd. I love Isaiah Todd getting 17 shots up because that's what it's about. Yeah, it was 17 shots on 17 points, but who cares? I love to see Isaiah Todd getting aggressive, getting those shots up. He had a nice little, hit back-to-back threes. I like what I saw from Isaiah Todd tonight. Best showing from, in my opinion, plus 17. The team defense in general was cool. I loved it. Goodwin doing his thing. I mean, I was really impressed. McCall, 4 steals, 13 points. I like what I saw from the guys. Once again, it just so happens that Johnny Davis was not playing tonight. As Bradley Beal said, man, everybody eats, B. Everybody eats. Everybody eats. Let me stop playing, man, for people to start taking me serious. I mean, the facts are the facts. The Wizards did look the best without Johnny Davis, but, I mean, there's a lot of multitude reasons for that. But, point for the anti-Johnny Davis crew tonight. The Wizards looked really good. They looked really good. What's going on, Kevin? What's going on, Chris? Saint was going on. Omar was going on. Zen was going on. Cole was going on. Chimp was going on. No, it ain't gonna be that many people in here tonight. It's pretty late. I didn't even know if I was gonna stream, but I wanted to give a couple of the guys a shout out. Pretty much the whole team a shout out. They played really well tonight. I think it was their best showing of the summer league. The guys really impressed me. They put up 97 points, held the Pacers to 79 points. I mean, McCall, like I said, with 4 steals. You look at Shackle, he had 5 assists. I mean, Pat Spencer, 7 assists. Pat Spencer looks like a generated AI player. You know when you play My League or something and you're like in 2033 and they start creating generic players? That's what Pat Spencer looked like on the court. To me, how he looked. But he was out there hooping. I like Pat, man. I like Pat. 7 assists. I think they say he used to play lacrosse or something like that. You know, shout out Pat Spencer. Shout out McCall. Shout out Goodwin. Todd. Shackle. You know, I enjoyed the showing from the fellas tonight, man. I really did. Good games. Good games. McCall on the boards with 6 rebounds. Goodwin on the board with 6 rebounds. These are guards getting active. And Chinike, I'm going to give him a shout out. He had 10 and 8. 8 rebounds. Kevin Mathurin didn't play tonight. He was out. Johnny and Mathurin was out. Johnny and Vernon Carey was out. Jay, what's going on, brother? You said Zay on his way, a couple years away. Agreed. Johnny Davis is not a focal point right now. He just got to rework and level up his game. What system is taking hold? We'll see. But I've streamed after every bad game, so no matter how late it is, I only think it's right to stream during one of the nice times of the summer league because we haven't had a lot to really talk about. But I wanted to give a lot of the guys shout outs tonight. They played really well as a team. They played really well defensively. They were all active on the boards. They were all facilitating, moving the ball. They were all getting active, getting steals. Goodwin had 3 steals. I mean, Pat with a steal, Mintz with a steal, Sword with a steal, and Chinike with a steal. Everybody was getting active. You look at the blocks, Shackle with 2 blocks, Todd with 2 blocks, and Chinike with 3 blocks, McCall with 1 block, Sword with 2 blocks. Everybody filling up the stat sheets, man. Everybody getting active offensively, defensively. They look like they had fun out there. And, shout out to them, man. I'm happy that they enjoyed themselves. I think I really enjoyed tonight's game, man, on both ends of the ball. Happy for the guys, man. Happy for the guys. Give a shout out to them. I really don't got anything negative to say tonight. This is going to be a real quick stream. But I did want to show the guys some love, man. All for all the ranting and all the, being upset. Want to give the guys love when they do some love, man. Want to give the guys love when they do some love. Great showing tonight from the guys. Good showing from a lot of different players. Continue to be impressed with certain guys like Goodwin and McCall. Todd, like Jay said, he may be like a couple years away. What's going on, Jimbo? He may be a couple years away, but we seeing a little something from Todd tonight. He was getting them shots up. Love to see that. Yeah, and that's something I want to see from Johnny Davis when he returns. Sadly, all this took place when Johnny wasn't playing tonight. He got the messed up back. Hopefully, he heals up from that, start looking right. But yeah, man, great game from the fellas tonight, man. I love it. I love what I saw. Pat, when you got guys like Pat Spencer, I love it. I love it, man. I love it. Chimpy said I felt Johnny didn't bring any effort. Maybe it was the back, Chimp. Maybe it was the back holding him back. Like I said last stream, if his back is really that bad, and if his back, because the Wizards were doing him no favors, playing him, and he got a bad back, and he looking like he played in Tim's. I said last stream, if his back is that bad and is making him look this terrible, sit him down, please, because the only thing people are seeing is Johnny Davis playing. So they are expecting top 10 pick production, and they weren't getting that. I said this last stream, and they sat him down today, which was the right move. If his back is that bad and is making him look like he's playing in boots, them little squeaky boots from the SpongeBob episode, if they making him look like he playing in them boots, sit him down. And that's what they did tonight. They sat him down. It's Summer League, as we all say. It's not that important. Let him heal up. Let him rest up. Even if it's a little nick, don't matter. This ain't the regular season. This ain't the postseason push, man. This ain't the postseason. It's Summer League. Let him heal up. Let him rest up. Let some of the other guys take over and take control. And that's what they did tonight, man. And the Pacers tonight were playing for that little championship spot. So this meant a little something to that Summer League squad. So this wasn't a nothing game. The Pacers was coming into this 2-1, even though they were missing their best player in Benedict. The Wizards impressed. They impressed, man. Teasery, the back tightness, the bad back. He got sat because of that, and I think Vernon Carey sat because of a groin. NBA used to reaction to Ayton signing with the Suns. They did what they had to do. The Suns did what they had to do, Because if you get rid of Ayton, who do you replace Ayton with? It's like the big market is not Rudy's gone. Like McGee, guys like McGee are gone. The big market isn't really robust, right? So who do you replace Ayton production with? The Suns really didn't have a choice. So, They made the right move. I think they made the right move. Say you said I wish Johnny would have contributed. Yeah, facts. Agreed. D-Ball, what's going on? He said, "How are you? I'm doing good. Yeah, I have a fun question. Which Wizards game that you recall is the most memorable to you?" The Wizards game that is the most memorable to me, I'm going to go with something a little different. I'm going to say one of the Wizards games that are most memorable to me. Man, I'm gonna go back to that Raptors series where the Wizards swept the Raptors. Man, that was a terrific series. It was a 4-5 matchup. The Raptors swept the Wizards in the regular season. I forgot what game specifically it was. Let me see real quick. Let me make sure so I have my games right. It was Game 2, 2015 playoffs against the Raptors, man. John Wall, 26.17 assists. He had a sweet block. I forgot if it was on Lou Will or something. Then came right back up court. Got a tough and one. I mean, just set the tone for that whole series. I'm telling you, that's one of my most... Because this was like younger Wizards as well. I really enjoyed that series, bro. Like that, and that's one of my more memorable games. Like I know a lot of people say game 6, the Celtics, the Paul Pierce against the Hawks. It's not the most notable game, but I just every time I look back at young Wizards and early playoff runs, I mean, like that performance right there, for me, in that game, Game 2, 2015, because I think that's a game right there that really set the tone for that sweep in that series, which nobody expected at the time. Because the Raptors did have the Wizards number in that regular season. I do remember that. So that was extremely impressive. And I mean, I love the young Wizards playoff runs. You look at the Bulls when they beat the Bulls, even though there was no D Rose. That was fun. But yeah, just to say something different and not the typical game 6 Boston, Paul Pierce, to switch it up. There's been different moments. So I wanted to switch it up. Chippy said, I'm good with that if we get Johnny the dog back, especially if we got a dub. Yeah, like if Johnny's sitting, man, that's fine. His back messed up, even if it's a little tweak and it ain't that bad. It's Summer League, as we all say. Sit him down. He's looking bad. He's struggling. You don't want to, because what you don't want to do is have him playing injured because it's only doing harm to him. His confidence is getting low. The fans' confidence in him is getting low. And he playing banged up in his Summer League. This is doing more damage than good right now. He's not growing by playing hurt and losing confidence. Sit him down. Period. They did the right thing. It was blah, boring now. I stayed up and he's not. Yeah, it was boring, blah, 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 but they made the right move. That's the right call. That was the correct call. And we got a good game tonight from the fellas. We got a great game tonight from the fellas. I'm happy. I'm happy with everybody's performance. I'm happy with the team's performance. They really locked up on defense. The guys I've been liking continue to shine. Isaiah Todd had his best game of the Summer League. Was aggressive tonight, getting shots up tonight. Love to see it, man. I'm very positive tonight. Switch up from, what we usually do. We be all angry. I always stream and be mad at the team and mad at the Wizards and whatnot. So when they do good, I got to give them love. I got to cut the stream on no matter how late it is because I got to show them love too. I could be mad and ranty at the Wizards, but when they do good, you got to give them props. Props either way. When you mad, you mad. When they do good, they do good, man. They did good tonight. So they get happy D today. I'm happy with the team today. I'm happy with the guys today. They played out. They get no complaints from me. Great showing today from the fellas. Chippy said Suns was smart. Chippy said they paid him less on the max. Alex said good W even though they were heavily depleted. Kevin, you said good times back then. I wish I had a time machine to go back. I wish I could go back too, man. I really wish I could go back to that time period. I wish I could go back to that time period, man. We had hope as a fan base. We was hyped. We had a future. We had John. We had Brad. He was like, we got stuff to build off. Man, I wish. NBA said Lamar Jackson going to be a top 5 QB next year. We'll see. We'll see. I seen him arguing with Bernard Pollard on Twitter the other day. We'll see. Top 5. We'll see. Definitely. Jimmy said me too. That series was amazing. Wish we brought John back. Yeah, I mean, I get John. From what I'm seeing in like the interview I seen with John is very self-aware, which is good, especially a player of his stature when he was at his peak. You know, MVP conversations in 2017, multi-time All-Star, etc. You know, guys, a lot of guys, they really have a hard time with their egos. You know, when they used to be stars, they used to be faces of franchises, they usually struggle with their ego. But I mean, he said in his own interview, you know, he's working on more catch and shoot because he knows he's not going to have the ball as much on the Clippers with PG and Kawhi. He's very self-aware. He knows he's not going to be the main guy. You know, very self-aware. And that's what you want to see from a, you know, former face of a franchise, a former big star. You know, that's the kind of self-awareness you want to see, because a lot of names didn't really get that. You know, you look at like a Carmelo in OKC. When they talked about him coming off the bench, he was like, hey, P, they talk about me coming off the bench. You know, a lot of stars, you know, or guys who are a little past their prime, that ego a little too big. That ego get too big. But, Debo, you said, can't believe John was willing to go from a $40 million to a 2-year, $13.3 million deal. How do we not go after him? I mean, he still got a good bag off the Rockets. You know, after the buyout contract, he still came up with a good bag. Oh yeah, like Chimp said, John's buyout was $41 million, so he never lost. Yeah, like he still got a good bag.
Yes, sir.
Still got a good bag.
Yes,
sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Merle, you said, what's going on, Merle? Said Veronica Carey should be on the roster. It's tough. I mean, I doubt it now that they got Taj. So, you know, not that all gets official. You know, yeah. I appreciate all 30 of you guys being in here this late with your boy to chat about the game tonight. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. It helps out. Trying to get to 20 members on the channel. So if you want to become a member, I didn't even put it in the chat. But let me do that real quick. Or if you want to donate and send a super chat and support in that way, you can as well. But let me put my member message in the chat. Not even putting myself out there, man. What am I doing? But yeah, man. How did you guys feel about the games today? Who has impressed you guys? What do you guys think? What's your feelings on the game, man? Corey said, y'all think anyone from the Summer League team makes the real team besides Johnny since he was drafted? Corey, honestly, nobody on the Summer League team is and Johnny included, like, as far as rotation, nobody's going to be in the rotation from the team. I'm hoping Goodwin and like McCall. I don't know what the two-way contract slot situations is looking like. I'm hoping McCall, Goodwin get like a shot. Todd, as my man Jay said earlier, he still looks like he's maybe a year or so away. He may need another year or so. But yeah, I mean, honestly, not really. No one outside of Johnny. But I hope some guys get some shots. You know, my favorite two are Goodwin and McCall. I hope they get a shot, you know, to maybe get some two-way contracts. But, yeah, nobody's getting actual minutes out of this rotation. And the way Johnny looked so far, I don't think he's getting minutes either. Unless it was really the back and he starts showing out. But, yeah. You know, but it is good to see guys that you got on your G League team and, you know, your young guys, you know, look well like they did tonight. But, yeah, the team as a whole tonight was very impressive. I was very impressed. They played well on both sides of the ball. They were moving the ball. They were active on defense. They were filling the stat sheets up with the assists, the rebounds. Everybody was getting active on the boards. Everybody was getting blocks, steals. Love to see that kind of energy, man. You want the regular season Wizards to play defense like we saw the the Summer League team tonight. You want to see the regular Wizards do that. Kevin, I did see that. Woj tweeted that they he fired his agent or they departed or whatnot after however many years of being together because they thought differently. The agent thought that the best chance for Russ was to just work and start with the Lakers, and I guess Russ want to leave. I don't know. It's weird. It's odd going whatever's going on. I saw a Spurs rumor with Russ actually as well. There was like they wanted an unprotected pick, first round pick from the Lakers though, and so it's interesting what's going on with Russ, man. It really is. Oops. Click. Paste. Post. Okay. Now I can say it. If you guys want to become a member and try to help your boy reach that 20 member goal, you can click the link that I just put in the chat and join as a member if you want to support in that way. But like I said, thank you guys for joining in here with your boy on this very late night stream. But yeah, Russ buyout, I'd be interested. I mean, that'll be interesting. All right, NBA. Thanks for tuning in with me, man. I appreciate seeing you. Kevin says, Spider the DC. The Wizards don't have the package to get the Wizards don't have a package to get whatchamacallit, man. The Wizards don't have a package to get Spider. I wouldn't mind it though. I really wouldn't mind it. It'd be interesting because there's no point guard, but I wouldn't mind it. You just got two talented shooting guards. Chippy says, clear they don't want Russ Westbrook. Even the coach wants to play him. Yeah, and then you seen LeBron comments too, y'all. LeBron said something on his podcast. On his show, The Shop. He said something about he's all about win or bust, and it sucks when not everybody on your team has that same mindset. Who is he talking about? I don't know. Interesting. People always talk about Russ and just caring about stats. I don't know if he's specifically talking about Russ. He could be talking about anybody. I don't know why he wouldn't say that in general. But, because that's going to be on all the sports shows tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but on Monday. So, I don't know. Interesting. Chippy said 4:26 a.m. there. Dang. What you about to pull an all-nighter, man? You said LeBron with the shade. Yeah, LeBron was definitely with some shade. Corey, I missed your comment. I'm sorry, bro. You said Johnny need to stop running in the corner every offensive possession. Yeah, I agree, Corey. Like, we all wanted to see Johnny be more aggressive. Like, we seen Todd tonight get more shots up. We want to see Johnny get 17 of them things up. You know what I mean? We want him to be more aggressive. We want him to look more aggressive. But, sadly, we didn't get to see that in the Summer League. I don't know if he's done for the rest of the Summer League. They got one more game left. Nobody knows what it is yet, but they got one more game of Summer League. I don't know if Johnny will play. I'm going to assume he's probably not going to play. He may be done for the Summer League. But hopefully when we see him again during the preseason, he's looking better, man. He's looking better. He's feeling more confident. D-Ball, you said if you had our current starting lineup, as well as Russell Westbrook when he was on the Wizards, will we be a championship contender? Russ, Bill, Avdia Barton, Kuzma, Kristaps. I don't think that will be a championship contender. No. A lot would have to go right. One, you have to worry about Kristaps staying healthy, Bill being healthy. It's just so much. It's hard to go from lottery 10th pick to championship contender in a year unless you just are the Golden State Warriors. If you want to say maybe, if you're feeling like a really, really optimistic Wizards fan, if you're a really optimistic Wizards fan and you think KP's going to stay healthy, Brad's going to return to all-star form, Denny and Rui are going to jump to new levels, and Kuzma's going to jump to a new level, and you want to say something like 5th seed, like Corey just said, you could say that. I think the Wizards ceiling, a realistic ceiling for the Wizards are maybe a 7th seed. I think that's kind of their ceiling. But even if Russ was bought out, I don't think he would want to come back to Washington. Russ tried to get Brad to leave. If you guys remember, he tried to get Bradley Beal to ask for a trade after he was asked for a trade and was going to leave. He tried to get Bill to leave as well. So I don't know if Russ would even want to come back to Washington because a lot of people forget about that. Russ told Brad to ask for a trade as well on his way out. And Brad said, nah, I'm good. Alex said, I want some of that super optimistic Wizards fans energy. Yeah, I mean, I wish I could be as optimistic as some Wizards fans are. Say, fifth seed, this. But I mean, I'm keeping it a buck. Like I said last stream, I'm calling a spade a spade. It's not a lot of teams that I see the Wizards just being better than. You know, I see them around the Knicks, how the Knicks are currently constructed, and the Hornets right now. You know, maybe being a little better than the Hornets since they lost Miles Bridges, since he want to act crazy. I'm thinking maybe around that. You know what I mean? So, 7th, if everything goes right, 7th seed. But I'm still thinking we're a playing team, currently constructed. Chris, you said all things considered, I like this better than last year. Being optimistic that Bill will be back in form. We can only hope. We can only hope that Brad can stay healthy. He can return to that all-star form. Not saying he's gonna average 30 points per game again, but you know, not have a better 3-point shooting season. He shot one of his worst percentages from 3 in his career last season. Return to form a little bit with a 3-point shot. Maybe with more talent around him, with KP helping taking a little load off, he can improve with his 3-point shot. But we'll see. We'll definitely see, man. I try to be optimistic, but the Wizards doesn't. They suck the optimism out of me year after year after year. So it's hard for me to be optimistic with the team. Kerry said, well, no one's going to want to sign him, so might as well. Corey said, yeah, I ain't like that from Russ. Like, why, man? Chris, you said, even though I hate the new contract, hey. Wizards got to do what the Wizards got to do, apparently, Chris. I guess. OBJ said, I don't want no damn Russell Westbrook. Talk to him, OBJ. OBJ always be coming in here with that aggression. He be talking that talk, man. Chevy said, I think we want to have a decent season. I hope so. I hope so. I'm not going to say what we are, what we not going to be. I don't know. I don't want to be disappointed. I'm entering you know how you guys would rather, come into a season with low expectations and be pleasantly surprised rather than come into a season with high expectations and be disappointed. I would rather come into this Wizards seasons with low expectations and be pleasantly surprised rather than come in all optimistic and then be distraught and disappointed. That's how I kind of will come into it and look at it. Corey said, if things go good for us, I predict we finish 9th, then make the play-in and bounced out and back at pick 10 next year. That's honestly like a pretty realistic path for the Wizards. It's a pretty realistic path. I wouldn't be shocked if that kind of thing happened. But you want to stay positive, man. You want to stay positive. But I'm happy, man. I'm happy with the team today. I'm happy with the Summer League results today. I'm not angry. The Nationals, they took care of business as well. Good DC day. I'm tripping. They didn't take care of business. I'm lying. They lost. The Nationals lost. I don't know why I said they took care of business. They lost. I lied. Ignore me. Chris, you said, not gonna lie, was looking for you when they re-signed him off that contract, how in the negative energy. Yeah, they, I mean, we all knew it was coming, but I'm gonna let them do them. They made their choice. They want to compete, quote unquote. So we'll see what they do. Kerry said, let's bring Melo home. Melo ain't trying to come to no... Man, he ain't got no business. He ain't got no interest in coming here. Chimp, you said it's all about the fitness and bodies on the on court 82 games. Sonic was going on. He said, I don't think Davis is a bust. He's going to ball out. Yeah, I agree. Johnny Davis is far from a bust. I mean, he struggled in Summer League, but who cares? It's a little worrisome how he struggled. I would agree with that. But it's far from a bust. Let's see. Let's let him progress. Nobody's saying he's a bust at the moment, But I understand why people are a little worried about him. OBJ said the Knicks get spider, we may not even make the plan. Yeah, the Knicks, to get Spider-Man, the Knicks may have to give up like 7 of them first round picks. I don't know who else they would want though. Knicks ain't giving up RJ Barrett. I don't know if the Knicks will give up quickly. The Knicks may give up Obi Toppin. They may give up Obi Toppin though, and a lot of draft picks. Chippy says Spider price high is too high. Knicks have to give up too much. That Rudy Gobert trade did a lot, man. That Rudy Gobert trade did a lot to the trade market. Alex said, I don't know if they're going to give up that many picks, though. Agreed. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. The Jazz won a lot. Like, the offer they said they rejected was... Let me see. Let me see if I can find it on Twitter. Yeah, because they said the Jazz won everything but the Statue of Liberty. Because I see one trade package and it was like a lot. It was a lot what they were asking for. But yeah, I don't know. It's similar to the Nets with KD. I don't think KD may not get moved because the price is simply too high. And also, Kyrie may not get moved because simply teams outside of the Lakers don't want him. The Lakers are the only team that wants the guy. And that's kind of hard. So, yeah, it was like Quickly, Fournier, Reddish, Quentin Grimes, and like 5 first-round picks. It was something like that. It was players and then a lot of picks. It was something around the lines of that. From what I had saw on Twitter. Kevin said, we can give them Kuz and all of our young guys and picks for him. I don't know if that offer from the Knicks may beat out that offer if it came down to it. They got a couple more interesting young guys, you know. So I'm not sure. Corey said if the Knicks don't plan on paying RJ, then they should definitely think about trading him since his contract extension is coming up. Yeah. And I'm sure RJ's going to be looking for max money. I'm sure he's going to be looking for max money too, so that's a good point. That's a good point you bring up, Corey. Kevin said the money works for the trade and our bench will still be good. I give it a 0.1% chance. Kevin, 0.1% chance. Chippy said I don't think Spider's worth that much. Kevin said don't mind me, just a delusional Wizards fan. Alex said now Kyrie and KD ain't going anywhere. Wonder what the Nets even want for KD based on the Gobert trade. A lot. Like if Gobert went for that much, DeJounte went for a certain amount. I think Rudy went for a little bit more than DeJounte. Kevin Durant, they want a lot. And you know they've been asking about players like a Scotty Barnes. They wanted who do they want from the Suns? They were talking about getting Devin Booker from the Suns. Like, if they on that kind of energy, KD ain't going nowhere this season. Nowhere. And yeah, like 10 picks. Something. Like, nobody, the level of KD has been on the trade market. Like, we know free agency, but the trade market. Like, that's at the peak level that he is. I mean, man. Kevin said Bam. Yeah, like Bam Adebayo type of players, like really like star young guys. So it's I don't know if the KD move happens, guys. I do not know if the KD move happens. Let me ask you guys this: if there's any Wizards players as well in the summer league team, who are your 2 guys that you would want to keep? Like, let's say the Wizards got, I don't know, like I said, I don't know their 2-way contract situation. If they have 2-way contract options, who are the guys on the summer league team that has impressed you enough for you to give them those spots? I said Goodwin and McCall. Who do you guys pick? In Teasery, when are we going to see Johnny play next? I don't know if he's going to play the next game, so maybe preseason. We may have to wait till the preseason. Alex said now Kyrie said he didn't want to leave the Nets. Yeah, that's because he realized that that's the save face. The Lakers are the only team that wants him. They're struggling to put a deal together right now, and it may not happen, so Next thing to say is, oh, I want to stay. I want to stay. Yeah, okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Y'all said Carey, Vernon Carey, Big Vern, Goodwin, maybe Carey, but I don't know. Goodwin and McCall. Carey. So a lot of Vernon Careys, a lot of Jordan Goodwins. We got one McCall. Okay, yeah. Okay. Corey said, do you like the old Wizards colors and jerseys? I honestly miss them versus the red, white, and blue jerseys we have now. Can't wait to cop the old white and blue jersey this season. Yeah, like, I mean, I got the old white jersey. I got the old Wizards blue jersey. I got the old orange Bullets jersey. I definitely like the old. I would say I like the older Wizards jerseys better than the newer ones. The stripes and stuff. I like the old Wizards ones better. I think so. Me personally. Bello says Carey already on the roster. Carey is on the roster. I believe, yeah. Vernon Carey is on the roster. Vernon Carey's already on the roster, so he's probably going to be in the go-go again. On the go-go again, he most likely is. He's going to be on the go-go. But yeah, he is on the roster, I believe, already. Alex said Judge Biggs is kind of hard in summer league. Yeah, that's why I don't really. I say like Vernon and Echenique are doing good, but it is kind of hard to judge Biggs in the summer league. Like, let's be honest. Are Vernon Carey and Echenique going to be backing dudes down and getting touches in the post in the NBA on the Wizards or on any NBA team? Are they going to be getting post touches where they can back dudes down and get all these buckets that they're getting in the summer league? With Biggs, I'm looking at what role do I think they'll be playing in the NBA when they get to the NBA. Vernon Carey and Echenique are not going to be doing all this backing down, all this BS, all this backing down stuff. And come on, man, they ain't getting no touches like that. I'm trying to see, how do you look in the pick and roll? Do you set good screens? How is your pick and roll defense? How are you when you get switched on to a small guy, or to a guard? That's what I'm looking at for a big. I don't really care what you do posting up and stuff, unless that's what your game is. You know, like, unless you're a Joel Embiid coming out, etc. And you a top draft pick, and that's what you about. You know, but guys like Carey and Echenique, they ain't about to be backing nobody down on the Wizards. Brad ain't giving them no touches. KP ain't, or Kuz ain't giving them no touches. And sitting and waiting while they go to work like they Embiid or something. They ain't getting no touches down there to go to work. What's your pick and roll defense looking like? How you set screens? What you like in the pick and roll, bro? Stuff like that. You know what I mean? How what's your lateral quickness like? Things, that's what's getting evaluated right now. Nobody care about them post touches. They ain't getting no post touches at the next level. So Carey can feast in summer league. Carey ain't gonna be doing no feasting in the NBA. He gonna be getting pick and roll baskets, etc. He ain't gonna be getting all these back downs and backing dudes down and getting to the bucket while Brad and Kuz and KP just sit at the 3-point line and watch them go to work like this and beating them. Ain't about to be man, that ain't about to be happening. So yeah, with the bigs, it's a little hard, man. It's tough. I look at certain things for what I see in the bigs. Teaser said McCall was a difference maker tonight, 4 steals and 1 blocks. Yeah, like I said, I like McCall. 27-year-old kid. Nah, I said kid. 27's older than me. 27-year-old guy. I actually watched him in the NBL. You know, the Australian New Zealand league. 3 o'clock, their games would come on like 3 o'clock and something in the morning. You want to know why I was watching them? And I knew about McCall already? Because I used to bet on NBL games at 3 in the morning. Yes, I was a degenerate like that. I used to be watching them NBL games, watching the Elara Hawks and the Taipans and the Adeline 36ers. I used to be watching all them guys. And I used to be seeing them. So yeah, I did notice McCall. He was on a pretty trash team now. I believe he was on the Taipans, and they were pretty bad. The Taipans were pretty bad, if I remember. But he definitely got some game. Alex said, so was that one more signing Ted was talking about just Tosh? I guess so. They don't have any more money. The only money they had left was to sign, like, literally what they signed Tosh to, what they're signing Tosh to. That's literally all the money they got left. They don't have any more money, really. They don't have any more money. I don't know, maybe they can bring in another old vet or something, but that's it. Spending-wise. Any other move is going to come through trade. But free agency is pretty much done. D-Boy says, especially Chet, he's 6'7", 190 pounds, 50 pounds lighter than any other center in the league. That's why I say Chet is a 4. I like Chet as a 4. Just like how the Mavericks had KP at the 4, and, you know, I kind of like KP more at the 4 than the 5. You know, because of the frame and, you know, injuries and all that. And then when you go up against the Nikola Jokic's and the Embiids, you'll get 8 alive. You saw with Kenneth Lofton Jr., like, he still has the size to deter. But come on, man. When we talk about the big name centers that actually go to work, even DeMarcus Cousins will give him the business down there. Yusuf Nurkic, the business. I like Chet as a 4 more than a 5 at the next level. I like him more as a 4. You already got some comps to Porzingis, who I like more at the 4. But, I mean, Chet may be at the 4 until he gets, you know, older, a little stronger. Then maybe you could transition him to the 5. But I like him starting off. I like him at the 4. Chevy said he can get some minutes, rest KP and Gab Fowlin. That's what they got Taj for, though, Chimp. Taj is going to get those minutes. It ain't going to be Vernon. It's going to be Taj. Gibson going to be getting the minutes. Not Vernon. Kerry says, speaking of Embiid, if they don't make the semifinals or finals, I think Joel will request a trade. The 76ers, man. You want me to be honest about the 76ers? I think their window has came and passed. I think their window was when they had Jimmy Butler on that squad. That was a really good team with Butler, Harris, JJ Redick, Embiid. I don't know if Danny Green was on that team. But that was a really good squad. And they lost that heartbreaker series to Toronto. That, like, how many times are you going... They not even getting to the conference finals. They keep losing in the second round. How long are you going to be able to continue? Like, the window for a championship ain't that big. And it don't last that long. You know, unless you a dynasty. The Warriors type beat. Miami Heat with LeBron type beat. You know what I mean? Like, windows don't last that long unless you're a dynasty type of team. The 76ers ain't no dynasty type of team. So how much longer, man? How much longer? Billy said if Shackle can hit threes more consistently, he might get the two-way spot as well. Shackle be having some tunnel vision sometimes, man. He be doing some stuff. Guys be open, and he'll like just take it to the hoop and throw up something. He'll do something crazy sometimes. He be having a little tunnel vision sometimes. Kerry said if that happens, we need to jump on that ASAP. A and B, KP front court would be devastating. That would be KP and B front court would be nasty. But the issue is you come like, does KP want to concede all these touches to Embiid? Because it's hard to have two dominate touches, need their touches bigs. You saw it in New Orleans with AD and DeMarcus, and it worked. You know, they didn't, DeMarcus tore his Achilles, sadly, and that ended. But, they both was putting up numbers. But it would be nasty. But, egos would have to be in check because Embiid's going to want his touches, but KP's also going to want his touches. So we'll have to figure that out. That would be coaching. And also the players coming to an understanding. Alex, he says, so we're set then. Yeah, the roster is looking like the roster right now. Corey said, I just want the Wizards to draft someone who will make an impact. Sad that there are only two ways that made an impact that have been drafted here. Everyone else in the Wizards' history came from trade or free agency. Yeah, the two stars, John and Brad, those are the last guys. The last stars that they drafted was John and Brad. And the last star that they drafted would be Bradley Beal. The Wizards don't draft a lot of stars, man. I'm going to look back at their draft history, but the Wizards do not draft a lot of stars. They drafted Bradley Beal, who is their last star. That was 2012. That was 10 years ago. The last star they drafted was 10 years ago. I was 15 years old the last time the Wizards drafted a star. I was 15. That's how old I was the last time the Wizards drafted a star. Then before that was 2010 with John Wall, and that was the number 1 pick. So that's not really making it hard. Brad was a top 3 pick. That's not really making it hard. And before John, the last star that they drafted before John Wall, I'm looking. Yeah, Kwame. We know how that turned out. I'm looking. Rasheed Wallace in 1995? Is that correct? Rasheed Wallace. And he didn't even take off on the Wizards, right? But Rasheed Wallace with the 4th pick in 95? That's what I'm seeing here. That's the last time before John that the Wizards drafted a star. When I say the Wizards are not a good drafting organization, look at the amount of stars that they've drafted. They didn't draft Gilbert Arenas. Look at the amount of stars. They didn't draft, Antoine Jamison. They didn't draft Caron Butler. You look at, Rasheed Wallace. That was 95. Juwan Howard. That was 94. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yes. I wasn't even born yet. We talk about Rasheed Wallace. I wasn't even on the earth yet. The last star caliber player the Wizards drafted before John Wall was before I was born. I wasn't born yet. I wasn't on this earth yet. That's what I'm talking about when I say the Wizards just aren't a good drafted organization. They do not draft stars. And they've had a plethora of Kwame Brown, number 1 pick. Jan Vesely, 6th pick. Otto Porter, 3rd pick. Come on, man. I'm looking at these names, man. I'm looking at these 1st round picks. JaVale McGee blossomed after the Wizards. Nick Young, role player. Devin Harris went to Dallas or something. In 2004, was the 5th pick. Went to Dallas. I don't know what happened with that. Jarvis Hayes, 2003, 10th pick. Jared Jeffries and Jawan Dixon, 11 and 17, 2002. Kwame, 01. Richard Hamilton, 1999. He blossomed outside of the Wizards. Just like Rasheed blossomed outside of the Wizards. Juwan Howard, outside of the Wizards. I don't know. I don't know how accurate this is. This is getting before my time now. But they didn't draft Chris Webber. Chris Webber was not a Wizard draft pick. You know what I mean? So what team is Richard Hamilton most associated with? It ain't the Washington Wizards. What team is Rasheed Wallace most associated with? It ain't the Washington Wizards. Like I say, the team is just not that good of a drafting team. They just aren't. they just aren't, sadly. Sadly, they just aren't. They just aren't, man. Johnny said Knicks Young, next Kobe. Ali said, bro, Jarvis Hayes giving me PTSD. Corey said, just sad. Dabby said, what's going on, Dabby? Said, been MIA for the past few days. What I missed? Not much, man. I am happy today, Dap. The Wizards had a good performance. I gave a lot of shout-outs to some of the guys, man. They played well today. They played well. I'm happy for the guys, man. They played well. Gave them shout-outs. They deserved it today. Alexander, you said, well, why are we so bad at drafting? I don't get it. I don't know, man. I don't know who they be putting in that scouting department. But you look at this, you look at the list of Wizards draft picks. Even the guys that turned out to like be like, oh, like he low key was really good. Richard Hamilton is a Piston. Rasheed Wallace is not a Wizard. You know what I mean? Like they don't recognize these dudes with the Wizards. They don't associate them with the Wizards. It's tough. It's tough. It's really tough. Didn't the Wizards have like? Am I tripping? Didn't the Wizards have Ben Wallace at one point or something? Right? Then they had Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace is not, but I don't think did they draft Ben Wallace? I don't think they drafted Ben Wallace. They didn't draft Ben Wallace. Like Ben Wallace is not a Wizard. And they didn't draft him. So he doesn't even count. So oh no, man. Tough. Tough. How did the Wizards get Ben Wallace? They drafted Ben Wallace? Or they traded for Ben Wallace or something, like they traded for his rights. Am I going? How did he get on the Wizards? Let me see. Let me look at the Wikipedia real quick. Let me look at this wiki. Oh, he was undrafted. He was undrafted. Okay, that's what okay. Ben Wallace was undrafted. Okay, I was gonna say who drafted Ben. Okay, Ben Wallace was undrafted. Tuesday said we could have had Giannis, McCollum, or Gobert instead of Otto. That Otto draft was trash, and that's why Giannis is the only guy who's still currently on his original team. And Giannis is a superstar. That 2013 draft, I'm telling you, that was bad. Like, to get Giannis or to get McCollum, like, you would have had to reach. That would have been a reach at the time. Because that draft class sucked. It really was not that good. It had some guys in there. It got some names, obviously led by Giannis. But you look around, you can't even say, man, if the Wizards, waited like an extra pick, or look at the dudes. Victor Oladipo, Bennett, Cody Zeller behind him, Alex Len, Noel. Trash. Like McCollum went to the 10th. You're not picking CJ McCollum with the 3rd pick if he went 10th. That's a reach. Giannis went 15. Picking him 3rd, that's a reach. Like those would have been reaches. Gobert went 27th. That's a reach at the time. All these guys would have been reaches at 3. I mean, now in hindsight, it's like, damn. But it's not like it's a Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Bradley Beal situation. You pick Kidd-Gilchrist and Bradley Beal went right behind them, and you see how their careers turned out. Then it's like, man, we could have had Bradley Beal. Because you actually could have had Bradley Beal. At the time, those would have been big reaches. Like, what are the Wizards doing? Looking at where they actually went. But that draft class sucked. You look at the dudes who went around Otto, mid. A bunch of mid. I mean, Victor blossomed in Indiana, but Chippy said Joker was 40-something pick. Chippy said right to Elon Musk about buying the Wizards. Alex said Elon too busy scared. Yeah, he too busy wrapped up with Twitter right now. Twitter trying to get their bag from Elon. They trying to get a bag from Elon right now. Keldon Johnson just signed a 4-year, $80 million deal with the San Antonio Spurs. Breaking news. 4-year, $80 million deal, contract extension. Keldon Johnson signs with the San Antonio Spurs. So some free agency moves. But yeah, I mean, hindsight, you know, unless it's like one above the one next to the other, then yeah, tough. But you said, Alex, you said, so who's in the tank wars right now? Jazz and the Spurs headlining. Depends on what the Jazz do. If the Jazz end up trading all, like if they trade D Mitch and then next thing you know, Bogdanovich is gone, all these guys are gone, Pat Bev's gone, and then yeah, Jazz. I do think the Jazz will be entering the tank running now. I do think they will be entering the tank running. I do think they will be entering in the tank running. Their time will be coming. Their time will be coming. But guys, it's 12 at night. I'm tired. I wanted the stream to give a shout out to the boys though. I'm probably about to head out. I want to go to sleep. I got work in the morning. I'm acting like I don't have work tomorrow. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in with your boy, man. Appreciate you guys tuning in with me this late to talk with me. Love you guys, man. Have a good night. Get some sleep. Get some rest, especially you, Chimp. Talking about it's 4 a.m. over there. You get some sleep, especially. But I'll see you guys next time, man. And hopefully we'll see soon what time the next Wizards Summer League game is, their last one. But alright, Joe, night, Genki. But alright, guys, have a good night, man. Peace.